Hello everyone and welcome to Magical Me. I'm Jamie Mendez and this is my weekly Moonday Oracle Reading. So before I go into going further into explaining what it is that I'm doing here today, I have a bunch of new equipment that I'm working with. So I want to make sure that anybody who's tuning in right now, if you could just give me a little bit of feedback and show me or let me know if you can hear me okay, as I am working with a new microphone as well as a new tablet. So yeah, if you could just let me know if you could hear me okay and how everything is on your end. Yeah, so I'll give it a few seconds and just let people see that I am live, as I only announced it just a few moments ago, maybe like 15 minutes ago. And I hope that everybody is having a wonderful and happy, magical moon day. I can see that there are some people tuned in, but again, like new, I have new devices, new everything. So I'm not 100% sure right now who's tuning in until I think I see comments. So hopefully I can see comments. So I'll just give it a few moments, like I said, and just make sure, again, that you can hear me okay. So if you are tuning in, just shoot me a comment. Let me know that, just say hi. You're here. There we go. I saw one. Yay. Happy Moon Day, Dawn. Thank you for being here. Lovely. How is the sound for you? Hi, Julie. Welcome. Deb, welcome. Oh, wonderful. Okay, good. You can hear me all right. I have a new microphone and a new tablet, if you missed me saying that. It's the first time I'm going live with both devices, so I'm feeling a little brave, but also a little uncertain. So I appreciate you giving me feedback. Again, if you hear anything, like any background noise or any like static noise or just feeling almost like it's distancy, let me know. This way I can, because I can't test it while I'm live, so I don't know. But welcome and thank you all for being here. Deb, tired from packing to move. Oh, moving so exhausting, but it's also so liberating at the same time. It always speaks to, new beginnings, fresh starts. So, and also if you see me looking around, I'm trying to figure out where I'm supposed to be looking. You would think I did something to try to figure any of this out before I started, but that's me, just wing it through life. Sometimes the best way to do it. But, all right, so welcome. I'm going to go ahead and share this. I hope that you're all doing well. We have some magic happening this week. I hope to kind of share a little bit, although I won't go too much into the astrology, but I do like to talk a little bit about it because, it's important. But again, most of you already know, I do the monthly Cosmic Oracle group with Karen from Oracles of the Light, and together we share so much cosmic insight, magic, daily messages. It is going to be open and available for I was like, what month are we in? September's new group. So if you're interested, I have to create the event. I did not get around to doing it yet, but you can always shoot me a message. I'll send you the event, the information and the link where you can sign up and join. Again, Cosmic Oracle, it is amazing. It's $33, and I'm not just saying that because I'm promoting it. I'm saying that because I wish that when I was learning, I had this opportunity to get all of this information and all of this insight. So not only do you get daily oracle readings, daily card readings from either myself or Karen, that is posted right there for you when you wake up to see what the day's inspiration or wisdom is. And you also get periodic energy astrological forecasts telling you what it is that's going on in the cosmos. Also gives you insight into how it's influencing us as a collective. But we also ask for your natal details so that we can customize the information and insight we provide according to how it's influencing your life and what house or what area of your life it's going to be really impacting you with. And it gives you that awareness to work with that energy. And just having that knowledge really helps to have the understanding of kind of moving with that flow, right? So it also, Karen is a sound healer, so she does provide periodic as well, sound clips that are intended to help us attune to and heal any areas where the planets or the cosmic alignments are bringing up some discord within us. So it kind of brings us into balance, if you will, as she does design these with planetary sound pipes and frequencies, solfeggio frequencies. She's got something called a harmonic spectrum, just an array of magic that she works with, between an ocean drum, elemental chimes. She brings these all into like this symphony to intuitively make it in alignment with whatever cosmic forecasts are happening throughout the month. So that really is quite powerful. Also, you get bonus individual card messages for each new moon or full moon throughout the month. You get bonus card messages at the beginning of the month from Karen with a sound frequency that's customized coming forward for you, and a crystal that wants to work with you throughout the month. So $33 for the entire month. It's called the Cosmic Oracle. If you have not checked it out, you have the freedom to do so for the month. And then if you don't, want to stay in it for the following month, then you don't have to. So it's kind of like come and go as you please type of thing. So hi, Brenna. Hi, Donna. Welcome and thanks for being here with me. So I'm going to go ahead and share this really quickly since I haven't done that yet. I was just talking about the Cosmic Oracle. Again, if you like that astrology and how it just resonates with you or applies to you in your own life, it's so beneficial. 1 second. There we go. I can share it. Done. All right. So, how is everyone? How have you been? It's been an intense month, huh? I can't believe we're at the end of it already. But this week is really kind of wrapping it up for us and sealing the deal, if you will, because we are ending with a full blue moon. For those of you who do not know what a blue moon is, no, the moon isn't going to be blue, although I guess it really depends on the lighting. Sometimes it could. But they call it that because it's like, again, it's something that's a rarity. It doesn't happen very often. A blue moon is when we have 2 full moons in a 1 month period. Normally we only have 1 new moon and 1 full moon, but oftentimes it happens that we get this magic. So on the 1st of the month, we had a full moon in the sign of Aquarius. Now on the 31st of this month, or depending upon where you are in the world, we will have a full moon in the sign of Pisces. So it's really opening us up to, asking us to kind of check back in where we were at the beginning of the month, and how anything that may have been started, any lessons that were coming up for recognition, anything that we were starting or trying to put into action or motion at that time, there's this whole kind of wrapping up now, and really, helping us to transcend anything that we need to be liberated from, because Aquarius is the rebellious sign of kind of helping us to liberate ourselves, but at the same time it's a catalyst for change and for humanitarianism, where we've got Pisces, which is incredibly spiritual, incredibly sensitive. And when I say sensitive, I don't mean emotionally, although they are influenced heavily by emotions, because they are so porous, so open, because they are so in tune with the all, with everything around them. So it can be bringing up some sensitivity in that regard, but I mean intuitively sensitive, energetically sensitive, very receptive when it comes to the divine and divine insight as well, and just again connected to everything. There is no armor with the Pisces, as it's the 3rd of the water signs, 3rd of 3, but the other 2 water signs, Scorpio and Cancer, are kind of, their sensitivity as emotionally intuitive and receptive as they are, they're much more protected by a hard shell, whereas Pisces is not. So this is really making us open to all. At the same time, we have Uranus, planet Uranus, going retrograde today. And retrograde to me always represents an opportunity to heal, to rebalance, to reflect, to renew, to realign. It's also like it's abbreviated. I actually said this in the Cosmic Oracle today. All retrogrades are abbreviated as the RX, right? So we know that with pharmaceuticals, they often, medication is also listed as the RX, right? So in that regard, to me, it speaks to retrogrades being our soul's medicine and an opportunity for us to further heal. So Uranus went retrograde, adding to the 5 other planets that are currently in retrograde. So we've got a whole team that is facilitating quite a bit of healing. With that said, Uranus is the planet of awakening, major unpredictable shifts and changes. So that, in conjunction with this full bloom moon that's really wrapping up not only this 1 month cycle, but Uranus actually entered Taurus, which is where it's retrograde now. It entered that way back in May. So you can kind of see how there is this opportunity for us to get on board with and in tune with what is happening within our lives or within ourselves. And it's giving us this beautiful opportunity to kind of accept the changes that are necessary, that need to occur. Because when it comes to Uranus, it's like we have no control over it. It's, you know, free will be damned at that point. You know, it's kind of like the divine will that is occurring for our highest and greatest good. So embracing changes and surrendering control is like the theme of the week. Now, it's also going to be much more unique to you depending upon where Uranus is transiting your natal chart. So again, being in the Cosmic Oracle, that's something that we specifically work with and bring up for everybody with every single alignment, because it's so important to have that you know, that awareness, that understanding, and you can really work with it versus against it, and you can see where change really wants to happen, growth really wants to happen. So something to think about if you're interested. Again, Cosmic Oracle will be open, or currently is open, for new members to join in. It's hosted privately here on Facebook, $33 for the month, and then you can leave at the end of the month if it doesn't work. If you want to stay in, then you go ahead and you renew manually for the following month. All right. So, hi Sarah, thank you so much for that, sweetheart. I appreciate and love you. Dawn says, time seems to be moving so fast, I'm having trouble keeping up. It really is, right? It's really flying. But one thing about this 6 planets in retrograde is that it really can help to be slowing us down, as retrograde is the you know, also the term for backward motion. So it kind of seems like the planets are slowing down, or seems like they're moving backward, but realistically I think they are slowing down. So maybe we can catch a little bit of a break there before we dive into the next big entourage of planets that are coming in for September. So it's kind of going to help us to feel like we might be actually going backwards or revisiting some things too. So it's interesting that you brought that up. This might be that necessary kind of coming back around and like getting an opportunity to reevaluate and re-explore is the word, re-explore re-explore things in life. So yeah, so that is part of the Moonday message that's coming forward. I'm going to do something a little interesting today with the reading though. So I was feeling a little like cheeky, I guess you could say, and I pulled 3 different decks to work with. So I'm not going to pull 3 different cards, but I am going to give all of you the choice to see which deck will work with. And I'm going to take majority rules here, so it's going to be what I can see in the comments. So if you feel something, let it intuitively call you, and I'll announce those in a second. Before we ground our energy and create sacred space together for the reading, I just want to go back and touch on my brand new offering of the Venus Journey. You heard me talk about it last week. You probably heard me talk about it previous week, and you've probably seen a ton of posts. And that's because it is getting ready to launch for the next 9 months. I will keep it open for the majority of September, but after that I'm going to shut it down because we will already be moving through the gateways, and I don't want to make it difficult for people to catch up. But if you aren't able to join right away in September, you can always message me. I can work with you. I'm very open to doing that. You could also always join in closer towards the middle or the end of the month. But again, after the end of September, I will have to lock it down just so that it's not, again, like I said, difficult people getting too far behind with it. But the Venus journey, such a powerful, sacred, feminine way of connecting with, one, our feminine essence, but also our opportunity to reveal more of the love that we have within us, more of the love that we are. And we do this as the morning stars right now. So technically it's a 19-month journey, but I break it down 9 months, 9.5 months. So the focus on the first 9 months is the morning star journey. And this is, again, 9 months because it is the Venus and the moon coming into conjunction, opening up these magical gateways that has actually been acknowledged and revered since about at least 4,000 years back. It's been discovered in Mesopotamia and some ancient, I want to say, Sumerian clay tablets, this whole journey of Inanna. And it's a mythos that has to do with the alignment of planet Venus in its sacred cosmic dance with the sun and the earth. And when it comes into these conjunctions with the moon, it creates these openings, these doorways that allow us to work with the chakras and the gateways that each chakra connects to. And as the morning star, it's about being reborn. So about your soul's journey of evolution, but your soul's journey from light into the physical human form. And so it's a metaphoric journey of losing, I don't know if I want to say really losing our light, but de-armoring everything that the process of becoming human and the ego mind has developed in order to, quote unquote, protect itself. Although it really isn't protecting us, it is instead keeping us from our ability to experience greater love within ourselves and within our world around us. So we go through this process of journeying from spirit, from light, down into physical form and into the underworld. And with each gateway that happens over the course of the next 9 months, we detach from something physical, something that we have armored ourselves with throughout this journey. And it connects with each chakra. And so it's an opportunity to expand that chakra, heal that chakra, but at the same time it brings into awareness things that you have been maybe believing, conditioned with, patterned with, and allowing to kind of run rampant without even having that knowledge, without even that awareness. So it brings it all to the surface, and again it provides that greater opportunity to heal and then to step deeper into love. And as we step deeper into that love that is within ourselves, we go through this whole like shamanic death of this identity that we've attached ourselves to, this part of the ego that doesn't serve us. And it allows us to then be reborn as the evening stars for the second half of the journey, which is then going about reclaiming things that are now healed and evolved, that were no longer what they once were, but it's about remembering ourselves. It's kind of like putting ourselves back together, ascending back to our light and love. So it's a very powerful journey. I've actually been doing this since 2020, but I just started offering it this last 9 months. I offered it in a private beta group, and the feedback, the experiences that not only I myself have had, but the beautiful goddesses and sisters that have worked with me have had has been monumental. So there is an event created for the Venus journey. It's on my page. Check it out. You can also go to my website, www.magicalme.com/Venus Gates, and the information is there as well. There is 2 options. So there's an early bird special going on right now for the whole 9-month journey of $244, and that is only until September 1st. So by the end of this week, that will be up. It'll go up to the normal price, which is $300. However, there's also a payment plan that you could do that is 2 payments of $150 now and then $150 next month. Next month, we're not quite in September, but in the middle of October it would be due. So again, I'm always open to working with everybody, so you can always message me too if you're kind of like falling just out of those lines and you just still need a little bit of a, you know, you want to take the journey but might not be able to even do that. Just message me. I'm always open to helping and working with everyone. All right, so I think that's it. I think I got that all out. Yeah, and if you would like any more information on it as well, like I said, the website, the events, my posts, they've all been kind of sharing quite a bit about it. It is open, I will add. This is not only open to just women, this is also open to men. So there are many of us who are reincarnated Venusian rose priests and priestesses, those that carry the rose lineage, which is the Venusian rose. If you are called, men and women alike, this journey is for you. All right. Hi, Samantha, and hi, Dit. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Perfect timing. I did go over some stuff already regarding the astrological stuff for this week. It's a pretty big week that's going to really drive things home for us all, helping to get us more anchored into the shifts and changes that are happening. So check that out on a replay. Also, some news and announcements regarding my new Venus journey and the Cosmic Oracle starting up for September 1st. Let's breathe. All right, so we are going to just share sacred, since we are sharing sacred space already together, we're going to create sacred space around us. So after we do that, I will then go over the 3 decks that you can choose from today for me to work with. So first and foremost, I apologize if this is going to be really loud because, like I said, new microphone, new tablet, and I don't know how the feedback is going to be, or the reverberation. Hopefully it's not harsh, but if you can, you're going to go ahead, since we're sharing energy across space and time, I'm going to ask you all to just close your eyes, detach from your surroundings if you can safely. You can also keep your eyes open if need be. And just take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And release the breath through your mouth. And as you do, just allow yourself to release, surrender all thought, all worries, all stress, because nothing matters in this moment except the now, right here, right now. Let yourself relax as you take another deep breath in. And release the breath through your mouth. And as you release, allow your body to soften, relaxing your back, unclenching your jaw, relaxing your shoulders. Take another deep breath in. And just drop your mind now into your heart. No thinking, just feeling. Connecting with the love that you are. Connecting with the eternal now. As we open to receive divine wisdom and communication for the energy of this week for the collective highest and greatest good. Hello, my beautiful sister Lynette. Welcome and thank you for being here. Lots and lots and lots was talked about. Catch it back on the replay for anything that you missed, all right? So I'm doing something a little special today because I just felt fun and cheeky. And I'm letting you all choose. And it's going to be majority rules, so apologize for anybody who comments who doesn't get in right away or if I don't see it. Majority rules is going to be a choice of 3 different decks. So I'm only going to pull 1 card from 1 deck. But you could choose. It's going to be you. So you're going to comment with the keywords either lantern, moon, or fairy. All right? So lantern, moon, or fairy. Allow yourself to be intuitively drawn to whatever one you just feels like screams out to you. So again, lantern, moon, or fairy, and that's the deck we're going to work with today. Ooh, we got 2 moons already. 1 lantern so far. 2 lanterns. 3 moons. 1 fairy. Should I tell you which one I was intuitively being drawn to? It's the fairy. So but mine's not going to count. I'm letting you all choose. 2 fairies. All right, that sounds funny. 3 moons, 2 lanterns, 2 fairies. And hey, Jason. Welcome and thanks for being here. And thank you for participating as well. All right. Anybody else? Just scroll through and make sure I miss any comments, because I see Brenna Moon, Dawn Moon, Lynette Lantern, Eleanor Lantern, Dip Moon, Deb Fairy, Jason Fairy. Going once, going twice. All right, Moon is the winner. All right, because that's all I see on my end. So if somebody else commented and I don't see it, I didn't say your name, I don't know why Facebook hid that, but I'm seeing Moon as the winner. So I'm going to be working with the Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco today, right? Maybe I'll do this again next week. So we'll see what comes forward then. All right, so what guidance and insight? Ooh, that just flew out. I'm not looking at it, so I'm just taking it. I didn't get to ask yet. What guidance and insight is coming forward for the collective's highest good this week of 8/28, August 28th? Wow, these, they weren't playing, right? Ooh, all right, so interesting messages. So the first card, I'm going to go with the one that did not fly out of the deck, the one that was chosen after the fact, and it's discernment. It's a number 10, which speaks to me in numerology. 10 is actually not recognized. It would be broken down to a 1. However, in tarot, which I do work with, I do read, it's the tarot represents the 10 as the arrival point, the culmination of a journey, coming to a close, if you will. And it's kind of like that part of the journey where you are able to take a good look back and reflect on what has occurred thus far, what you've learned, what you've lost, what you've gained, how you've grown. And then the 1 being broken down would be the point where you're ready for a new beginning, to launch forward, if you will. So to step away from the old and begin anew. And I think that's perfect for this week, as I spoke in the very beginning of today's live about the full moon at the beginning of the month and then the full moon at the end of the month on the 31st. And those 2 full moons really kind of seemed like, then we had that beautiful new moon smack in the center of them. So it's really showing how we are, in planet Uranus being retrograde, is also bringing this awareness for us to really accept the changes that are unfolding and look at where you're at on this journey. And for example, we could just use the whole month, if you will, but it can go back as far as you choose. Uranus entered the sign of Taurus, which is all about anchoring into the physical, creating more stability for ourselves. It entered Taurus back in May. So you could even look as far back as that if you choose. It's really what is unique for you, what you feel called to, what you've been working with, what has been going on within yourself or within your life over these last few months or over this past month from August 1st to August 31st, and how you have shifted, how you've grown, what you've learned, what has been being orchestrated. How have these 2 beautiful full moons together been, because all full moons are a time of completion. They are a time of wrapping things up, and again, heightened empowerment to move beyond what cycles we've been going through or we've been exploring. So this is really bringing the wrapping up of cycles, coming to an end, closure. But if you look at the 10, like I said, with the cups, in tarot, 10 of cups, the 10 of coins, you've got this beautiful energy of fulfillment, attainment, and just arrival, and being very fulfilled and happy with where you're at. And so I feel like it's a really great opportunity for us all to look at that and look at our circumstances through that awareness, through those eyes, because it's showing you that everything that's happened is part of a divine orchestration. It isn't something that, is just happening to us, and why is this happening? Why, we just have bad luck. No, everything is part of a divine orchestration, even if it's difficult. And the part that we often miss is using our discernment to understand what is meant for us and what is not meant for us, and the difference between trying to hold on to something that might be crumbling, or to something that is difficult and traumatic, and instead of and allowing ourselves to hold the anger, resentment, pain, or any other emotions that aren't helping you to evolve. By holding, it's okay to feel them. It's not okay to stay there. So it's important for us to look at those and, see how, again, discernment comes in, where it's not staying in those spaces, not claiming and owning the difficulties or the challenges as pain or the frustration that occurs. It's instead looking at it as your jump off point. How has it helped you get from there to here? What have you learned? So discernment is going to be key in what goes along with you on the next part of your journey, taking the magical lessons and the golden nuggets of wisdom that you've gained through experience, through challenge, through circumstances, through connections. It doesn't even have to be that anything was difficult or bad. Whatever has been occurring, whatever you've been experiencing, discernment is key to bringing your life into balance by releasing those things that you've learned, you've grown, you're ready to move into something else. You're ready to learn something new, if that makes sense. The next card that actually flew out of the deck was Pleasure. All right, I know these backwards for you. But it's an 18, so it would be a 9, which 9 is the 10 in numerology, because 9 would be the final number recognized as completion, leveling up, achievement, attainment of a goal. However, sometimes with the 9, it does speak to extremes. So it's important to use discernment in the extreme circumstances, emotions, situations that we might find ourselves in this week. Pleasure, now it looks like she's just exploding, and to me it looks like an atom, and the way that, they would speak to the atom actually exploding, and that is how blah 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 blah. I'm not going to go into all that right now. Not to say that that's not relevant or legit. I can't say that with any clarity, but what I can say is the atom, it looks like it's like she's combusting, which is like the spark of new life, the spark of something being created. So it's asking you to use your discernment, especially when extremes come in, because this week we're getting ready to literally be reborn, stepping into a whole new I want to use the word sphere is what I'm getting. So it's like this new cycle, this new sphere that we are ready to really embody based on what we've gone through, what we've experienced, what we've learned. And it's just, I'm kind of having like this whole conversation going on in the background. If I seem distracted, that's why. There's another conversation that's happening about how Uranus is actually transiting my 5th house of joy and pleasure. So I can hear all of this happening right now. I'm like, okay, that's a side conversation for me for later. And there's 10 viewers, so I think that's also wonderful. Because of the number 10 that we were just talking about. But so I'm trying not to be distracted by that side conversation. I'm sorry about that. But what I will say about what I understand about that side conversation and why it's probably happening is to use it as an example of, allowing ourselves to be more expressive of our soul's light, of our authentic path, of our divinity. Now, discernment is key, because there's sometimes where we can teeter on the edge of too much of a good thing, too much of anything that might actually not be good for us when it comes to allowing yourself to just express who you are, what you love, what works for you. I did read something about Uranus with it being in Taurus, because Taurus is ruled by Venus, so it does rule over pleasure, it does rule over relationships, it does rule over what we value, how we value ourselves, also our connection and value, or relationship, I should say, with money. So again, discernment is key, because when it comes to Uranus, it's again that shaker, that awakener. So it's going to be big energy. And so we might want to kind of dive into something, or we might also feel like it's a lot of energy or a lot of chaos happening at once, depending upon what's going on within each of our individual lives. It's asking you to use the discernment it goes two ways. It's about finding and I love that, because it's taking me back to the discernment card, where it's showing the moon and the sun, and the way, the mudra that she's actually doing with her hands is actually about, it's about, balancing as above, so below. So what it feels like to me is that balance that needs to happen between too much of a good thing, because again, when Uranus comes in, it's going to shake things up. And we're going to experience things that are wanting to unfold for us now. And again, I get this whole message about how it does influence, for some of us being ruled, again, because Taurus being ruled by Venus, it's going to shake things up in maybe even the romance department, in the relationship department, in the relationship with yourself. So you might feel called to be more expressive, more self-aware, more, like putting yourself out there in a bigger, bolder way. Again, just always remember to find that balance with how you're doing it. But then again, on the flip side of that, it's the whole fear of, kind of like I see people like wanting to drag their feet, where you're getting pushed to do something big. You're getting pushed to express what lights you up, what joy, what makes you experience joy, or, doing something out of the box, out of your comfort zone, because Uranus is going to push us all out of our comfort zones. So I'm getting this message about some of you who are trying to hold back and resist that. Discernment is key about how you could be holding yourself back versus letting yourself be, letting yourself explode into this new creation that is you, and the creation that you might even want to be bringing forth, whatever that might be in the world. Because once again, that pleasure is her, like as an atom exploding. We know that with the whole Big Bang, the explosion, it's how everything was created, how the universe was created, according to some scientists. All right. So what do we have going on here? Okay, so we do have a spammer, love and light spammer, but please don't respond to anybody asking you to private message them. I've said this before in the past. Anybody who's offering you readings, I don't ever condone that. It's usually spammers and people trying to hack your accounts. So I'm actually going to block this person. If you want to message them, that's your own discernment. Use your own discernment, right? All right, everybody. So it is a magical week. It does look like we are being pushed outside of our comfort zone, getting outside of the box, letting go of the old cycles, the old patterns. But again, discernment is key with how much and when. So really find that balance of what you're being called to and how much of yourself you're being asked to really hold back. And I do want to say, though, with the holding back thing, I think it's just about surrendering and letting go. Either way, what's going to happen happens, because with Uranus, I think the more that we resist, the harder it is, the more catastrophic and unpredictable it can be. So the best with everything is to always surrender with flow. If you feel called to do something out of the norm that lights you up, set the intention and start to do it. Put it into action. If you meet resistance, that's an opportunity for you to take a step back and discern, is this for me? Am I going about this the right way? Or is there something for me to reflect on, because I'm meant to look at and reevaluate how I could be doing it, that I'm not even seeing the full picture yet. So I hope that also helps when it comes to the messages for the week. Okay. All right, everybody, thank you so very much for being here with me. I do appreciate all of you as always. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Also, for those of you tuning in later on my YouTube channel, please don't hesitate to subscribe. Again, feel free to message me with anything, any questions about any of the offerings. And as usual, I'm always available for personalized private readings and healing sessions that can happen both in person and remotely. All right, everyone, have a blessed and magical week, and happy full blue moon on the 31st.